Yo, welcome back to Ain't Jaded Yet. Today, I have the pleasure of covering King Gizzard and the motherfucking Lizard Wizard. Ah! Whoo, yo! I'm spoiled. For real, I'm a spoiled music addict right now. For real, I'm getting new shit that I haven't seen in a long time, like with Pretty Lights, shit that I've seen 86 times, like Fish, but some of the best Fish a couple weeks ago. But King Gizzard? Blah! Dude, what took me so long? Anyways, we're gonna be covering the show and the whole experience and the vibe and the crowd and the fandom and the whole thing and peek the new T, yo! Color scheme on that's gonna look cool in a black light is what I just realized. A lot to say, as always, about a live music experience like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. We're kings right now. We're gizzin', we're whizzin', we're lizzin'. All the things. Like, I'm watching some feed of it right now from last night, and so far the harmonicas come out. We're right about here, we're in hot water, which is a song I knew. I've listened, I've been a fan for years, ever since some redheaded guitar player from some four-piece from Vermont mentioned some shit. Anyway, so I knew about him, had him on Spotify. My brother-in-law Dave, big fan. And my sister, they've gone to see him. Friends of mine, Kirsten and Tyler, Kirsten's favorite band. So like, friends I know have gone. Never heard a bad thing. Just the only time they played anywhere nearby was in Rochester, and it was a weeknight, and I was working that week, and I sold out tickets, so I just didn't make it to that. Anyway, I made it a point because I heard that Tyler and Kirsten were going down to Philly. I had friends to stay with there, Mike, everything just like, and here we go. We're going to King Gizzard. Very excited. I would travel many hours to do this again, and I will. I want to do a marathon show, at least. Like, if there's a 2-day run somewhere, that's ideal. These are things I'm looking forward to that are going to happen in the future. It's very exciting to have that in the Pretty Lights and King Giz now in the repertoire. I'm always going to get my fix of Fish every year. They're going to come somewhere close in the Northeast. But these other acts, I'm like, all right, I hope you all come within a few hours on the regular, again and again. There's plenty of those middle tier bands like that I'm going to be getting to later in the jam scene and just in the music scene in general. Your Aggies, your Annie's in the Water. I can't wait to cover some of these bands coming up for y'all. But King Giz is on a planetary level right now. Like, they are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but they're already so many levels ahead of, like, I don't know, when they started being a band, but maybe like 10 years ago is when they were like starting to like gain momentum and shit and like be what they are. They've evolved quite a bit, and I did a little bit of research going into the show last night. I watched some YouTube clips, some interviews, and a little bit of some live stream. By the way, they're putting out the live stream for this whole tour for free, except for the show I was at. But guess what? There's recordings everywhere. The fandom has the most available, high-quality recordings. The band allows the fan base to create their own art and actually sell it for profit. They have like a few specific rules about it, but that's pretty cool actually. The Etsy, I was scrolling today in the car, the Etsy King Gizzard stuff is some good stuff on there, and and because of the freedom to do what they want, the fan art is top notch. But you know what? Their t-shirts and posters, the official stuff, whew, really cool art. Like, I might like way later see if that Philadelphia print from last night's available on their online store. Like, way down the line. If it's still there, maybe I'll get it later. But I have to frame a few of the sick prints that I have before I buy anymore. So got a t-shirt. No sticker yet, but there is stickers online. There's a couple that I might grab off Etsy just so I can throw one on the board because it deserves to be up there. You know, maybe a sick little crocodile or like, Froggy Dude's pretty sweet. All of their creatures and creations throughout the art is cool. I think of this show right though, you know, it's like got a good opener too, something new. It's a lot of fresh stuff here. It is hot as it is a hot potato up in there. Let me say, it is a baked potato steaming. It's like high 80s but thick humidity. So, you know, everyone's just a slight bit uncomfortable leading up to a very psychedelic show. So, a little bit of confusion in the air, you know, a little bit of uncertainty and unease. And especially I noticed it because I haven't been to a Gizzard show. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what the fans are going to be like. I don't know. People are going to be dancing. I saw a lot of like statue faces in the crowd leading up to it. So I didn't know what was going to happen a little bit until the show started. I had a pretty close seat. I got a single. So, you know, anyway. I ended up, you know, bouncing around quite a bit, and ended up in the lawn and in the back left corner some, but mine was up front, so I spent a good 40-50% of the show and utilized that very close space to really laser in on and be able to see their faces playing and shit. So like I got there during a couple songs in, and the show starts out very vibey, you know. We've got flutes, harmonicas, some really beautiful stuff. They're jamming. Like I'm learning at this point, like, yeah, this is a jam band. They call this their jam band era, but like, I mean, that's just because in the past they might have focused a little bit more on metal during one tour, or, you know, didn't have the techno element that they have right now. But the spectrum of sound that I heard this evening may have been the best played, most diverse for me in a long time, especially for a first time experience. Like, my first time experience with Fish was really fun, but it wasn't until like 6 years later that it really hit me at Magnaball, where it really sank in, and this hit me immediately. Maybe it's because my palate's a little different now, and I've got a wide eclectic taste, but I always have, and you know, a band like Buy Morning Jacket, they'll go into some weird different elements. They're one of my faves, so like, this, I already knew going in, I would love it. But I didn't know how much I would love it. And now I know, which is, it's a lot. It's a lot, yo. Alright, so we're right now I hear some of them going from hot water back into some daily blues lyrics. You know, we're getting fucked up daily. That's an anthem, you know. Reminds me of little stealing time from the Faulty Plan lyrics, like Trey. There's all kinds of parallels to you know, the Fish overlap. Even they talked about it when they great little clip on YouTube where they like totally diss Goose about a green room or some shit. Anyway, I just laugh at all that. I feel like they have nothing wrong. They have no problem with Goose, but they knew that would stir the fucking pot. So like they said that shit, and now it's like I see comments about green rooms everywhere, which I just think it's fucking hilarious. Because you know what? I'm going to see Goose next week, and I can't fucking wait. But you know what? The opener, Geese. Yo, let's get some fucking Tom York vocals going, some Radiohead sounds, but like they've got like surf videos. There's like a golden retriever surfing in the video, and it's different. It's like alternative psychedelic, a little mix of Radiohead, and somebody said like Arctic Monkeys. So like, yeah, it's sort of like Brit pop Radiohead vibes going on though. Like, and very cool. Like they hit some marks on that last song they played. I don't remember the song list, but like by the end of it I was like, alright, I'm gonna check out their merch booth, bought a sticker, you know. Geese. So now I'm a fan of all kinds of 5-letter animal band, you know. geese, goose, fish. There's more. I'm sure there's more out there. But, so geese is on my list now. Check them out. If they're coming around, I can check them out by themselves, for sure. Anyway, that was just the opening. And then we had minimum brain size, Doom City. The start out is, like I said, it's like flowing. We're getting started. Little rock, static electricity. You know, a lot of this shit I don't know, but I'm feeling it. It's good. But, you know, East-West link. But I recognize Daily Blues. I recognize Hot Water. And Hot Water went into Antarctica and then like back into Hot Water. So like jam band elements for sure. We're going. It's like really very similar to like Fish and Pretty Lights. Like we're jamming, we're swirling, same elements. Only these guys do it different. Like we go to a lot of places. I hope y'all can hear me well. I had that on really loud. I'll turn it down because I'm getting into it while I'm doing this. All right. Focus, right? Here we go. Like I said, I don't know a lot of the song titles and things, but after Antarctica, we go to Sad Pilot, Les Risques, The River. You know, I have some other notes here that I'm gonna like take. So, okay, there was a part I did notice this just before Daily Blues where they teased Rock and Roll by Led Motherfucking Zeppelin. You know what I mean? That was cool. Noticed that. Cool on the notes here. They mentioned that. Hot Water contained Antarctica. We got Float Along, Fill Your Lungs, The Grow, Wings and Fly, Shanghai Jam. Yeah, there's some very like Middle Eastern, like meditative, like belly dancing type stuff going on, but like rocking and jamming to it. Very cool. Loving it. The River, it contained Gilgamesh quotes, which they ended up playing that song later on towards the end. So teases of songs they haven't played yet and teases of songs they have played before are happening throughout the show. Like we're swirling them and jamming them and very much in the scheme of things I've been seeing lately, but definitely different, fresher. They're just having so much fun up there. They're silly, they're goofy, they have this enchanting Australian accent, you know? It's fucking awesome. The whole experience. Very loose. You know, one thing I saw in one of the videos I checked out leading up to it was, I believe it was Stu on Andy Frasco's podcast. And Frasco was like, what's your legacy, man? I'm like, I kind of like that Frasco asks the cheesy questions because no one else does. And the answers can be, you know, like when he asks Goose some of that shit, like, it's kind of fun to hear their stories. Anyway, he said he would want to be remembered, you know, not for like their legacy or like what they did, but to be known as fearless. And I'm like, yo, that show was pretty fearless last night. And people that have seen him 4 or 5 times that I was with said that was probably the best King Gizzard show they'd ever seen. So that tells me they're just getting better, and the live experience is like kicking things up. And it was on display. Then we got, you know, after the river, we got this mind mash of I'm in your mind into I'm not in your mind into cellophane into I'm in your mind fuzz. So I'm actually going to skip the video to some of that, which I'll try to guess where it's at here. Somewhere in here, I think. Yep. Yeah, I mean, they played one set all the way through. You know, no set break, no encore, just like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that of. Right now, like it's like this, like psychedelic, cool shit going on. Like I said, in the middle here through the mind mash, back into I'm in your mind fuzz. That was all very fun. I'm gonna slow down. Have a sip of water. Soak it in a little. Turn it on a smidge. Because I remembered that this recording's a little low, so it probably wasn't too loud. We're doing great. How are you guys doing? Let me check in real quick. Studio? Can we get hair and makeup in here real quick? Yeah, I got a little bed head, you know. It's a little. Yeah, can we get that taken care of? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Oh, cool. All right, so, back to this shit, soaking in a little bit of vibes. Things are very meditative all throughout, very spiritual. There's like some chants going on. There's a song, "I Love You," that was teased all throughout the night. A classic song. It was like I was like just vibing to it. It was like flowing through everything. That was cool. Let's get to something here. Okay, yeah, because that's what I wanted to get to right there. Things fucking changed after that trippy stuff with your mind. They did Planet B, which I believe is their song about like saving the planet or like going to Mars. They have all these like very like earth saving things going on. Like I looked at the tag for this T-shirt and it said like this was like eco friendly created. I think there's just they're trying to help a little bit, you know. I'm not saying Bono's doing a bad job at that, but it seems like they're doing it in a pretty cool way, you know, with like their lyrics and their actions, which, you know, a lot of the bands I love have a lot of that going on, like Mockingbird and Foundation and Divided Sky with Fish, you know, so that was fucking cool to find out about this band too. And the list just goes on and on and on, the things that I'm loving. But what happens here is things go fucking metal. This isn't even it yet. This is like not even the metal yet. I'm gonna go further. It's right here. I think it brings up the Metallica documentary, and I'm like, have I seen that? Like, he's like, I watched it for like the 100th time, right before they like slay some fucking metal. I think it's right here. And it's like, not just like a few minutes of it, it's like a 30-40 minute metal. Bah! Like, you get that shit out, you know what I mean? If you had something going on and you had to get a certain type of energy, like release, you got all the different kinds throughout the night. Like spiritual, meditative, you got the, and later on we got some techno, all of them. But this is that. That's what's up for real, like that shit. Shit slaps. I said it throughout. Keep that tribal like that like throat chant thing going on. They've been doing that. Anyway, I'm saying throughout the metal part, this is the happiest metal I've ever experienced. People are headbanging. I saw a mosh pit. Now, I've seen plenty of mosh pits. I've seen K-Rock-thon mosh pits. I've seen some dangerous shit. I'm usually on the edge because I'm a skinny motherfucker, like avoiding it or like protecting people or like getting away from it. I saw this going on and it was the most contained, well-mannered, peaceful. Like they really just wanted to feel that energy together and to hit a little bit of like a, no one was getting hurt. I could tell. Like even girls were safe in this. They were all, and it was like just like 8 or 9 of them right in front of me. So cool to see a peaceful mosh pit. Because even like Andy Frasco shows like I'm going to see later tonight, I've seen mosh pits and I'm like, I need to get away from that, dude. People are hurting each other and shoving each other. This was just like, I don't know, just like pushing each other to the side, like, bro. But it was like very high energy. It was, I mean, there's some devil shit showing up on the screen. And it's, but again, happy. I'm happy. I'm not feeling raged. I'm getting rid of it, so it feels great. I'd see a full metal show from King Giz. Let's go. You know what I mean? but I got plenty that I didn't even know I needed in my life. It's been a long time since I've been to a metal show, you know. Not really my thing, but it was fucking vibe. Towards the end here, I want to get to this part because it's something that I was really hoping for. I watched a clip from the Thompson's Point, Portland King Gizzard show recently, and they started out the show with this table full of all these like DJ gadgets. They're like, mind if we try a little techno for y'all? And I'm like, they do that too? And like, I knew they did all kinds of stuff, but I like might have like only heard in passing that they had a techno album, and damn, it's some beautiful, cool, unique stuff, and they're hitting bells and knobs and whistles the whole way through. When they roll this thing out, it's cool. Check it out in a video, you know. But then we get some EDM going. Let's get to that. So then I go to the CDM, right? To end things out. We just got out a bunch of like Rage Energy with a bunch of metal. So we went from mosh pits to like peaceful EDM, like very spiritual EDM. There's some like maybe it was, I don't know the names of them all very well. There's like a Lucas, there's a Stu. I think it was Stu. He was into the mic during the electronic. Very cool. So they got down. People are dancing. This went from a mosh pit headbanger fest to, are we in Ibiza right now? Like, what? What a change of pace and what a tone to end the show on after getting all that kind of energy out into a that kind of shit to end things on. And they're good at it. God damn it. Like, the metal's so good. They're more original sounding, like Middle Eastern, like I think it's the microtonal stuff, the 3-part album that really stands out from stuff I've listened to before and I saw live. That's like more unique. It's got kind of got crown bin vibe, but like with sick lyrics and like different jamming. That stood out for me for sure. Gilgamesh was, I think, maybe the last metal song that they played. Anyway, that was a debut. Because the last thing is just set. And I think that means DJ set. Yeah, again, Stu is singing the I Love You lyrics from that classic tune. Yeah, and I mean, just like kind of how at the end of a really new, profound live music experience, I kind of had the Charlie, like, what do now? At the end of that, I'm like, when can I do that again? Really, though. Like, going to do it again. Can't wait for it. Check them out, yo. Let's just vibe out for a minute with it. And I can't recommend the live experience with them enough. I've done some listening, but I gotta say, like, just like friends of mine are like, well, I don't even know if I can handle getting into Fish. Their catalog's so big and they've been around for so long. How do I start that? I'm like, just go to a live show. Hang out with me, and I'll give you everything you need to know when it's happening. Just ask my old roommate Renee. It just happened at Montegreen. I'll be your tour guide. Come along. Open invitation. You know what I mean? But like, this I didn't know much about. And my friend Kirsten gave me a few things, you know, on the ride back just now. And her and Tyler are gonna go see him again in Arizona. Stoked for them. I don't think I'll see him again this year, but you know, hopefully one of their next tours next year includes US again, and there's something within 4 or 5 hours. And if there's a few within 4 or 5 hours, I'd hit hopefully there's a multi-night run somewhere. Somebody mentioned this, like, what if King Giz had a festival? Like, Fish can do a 4-night festival and sell out 45,000 person crowd. You know, I don't think they'd need that big of a number, but I think if King Giz did a 3-night festival of their own, like anywhere in the world, people would go. I believe that. I think that's only after one show. I mean, the fan base was very eclectic. People of all ages, of all styles. It's, you know, there's plenty of Fish t-shirts there. Definitely a Fish overlap that even they know about. Like, you know, when they met Trey, apparently it was very sweet, according to them. And he said that he's very open that they're his favorite band, even to them, you know. So, anyway, Trey was right. Fucking good. Like, that's what really stood out, is every genre they got into was excellent and fresh and new and different, and like you could feel flavors from classic rock tunes. Like, one song would sound bluesy and the next one would be like over here, and I love that. It was like such a, can't get enough. I'm gonna be doing a lot of listening and checking out their streams for the rest of this tour. They're fucking free, so why not? Anyway, yeah, I gotta rest up a little bit because going to see Andy Frasco this evening. I want to check out the opener, Ceramic Animal. Just on their name alone, you know, Frasco usually has pretty good acts along with him on tour. I almost always like them, so I'm gonna check them out for a minute before Frasco. You know, see a little circus act. Just kidding. I love Frasco's tunes. I'm stoked for that too. I never got the energy. Vaporized local jam band. It's playing a free show down in Hanover Square on Thursday, and then Perpetual Groove, Motet, Topapod on Friday. I think that's where I'm gonna need a break. And there's a free show with Jim Cotta on Saturday at CMAC, Canandaigua area. Lincoln Farms, actually, not CMAC. But this is Ramble Zone. This is where people are tuning out, dude. If you're still here, like, you'd be like, dude, talk about King Gizmore, dude. Right? Anyway, we're at about the 30-minute mark. I have a lot more to say about King Gizzard, but I'll leave it at that. I'm about to learn a lot more, you know what I mean? They have a deep well already, and they're still kind of new, you know? Like, sort of babies. So, like, I think they had like 17 albums or 20 something albums. I don't even know. It's crazy. See you soon. Peace.